Hey plant lovers, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling one of the sweetest projects you can grow in your backyard, melons. And not just any melons, we're talking about cantaloupe and honeydew. Can you imagine picking a juicy, ripe melon straight from your garden and enjoying it fresh? Sounds amazing, right? Well, it's easier than you think. Growing these summer delights doesn't have to be a challenge. With a little guidance, you can have your own homegrown melons in no time. I'm about to show you everything you need to know: how to plant, care for, and eventually harvest your melons, whether you're a seasoned gardener or a total beginner. And trust me, nothing beats the taste of fresh, homegrown cantaloupe or honeydew, especially when you know exactly how much care and love you've put into it. So, if you're ready to turn your garden into a melon paradise, let's get started. Alright, step 1 in your melon growing journey: choosing the right variety. Cantaloupe and honeydew both have several different types, and you'll want to pick the one that's best suited for your climate, space, and taste preference. Let's dive in. For cantaloupe, there are some really great options like Athena, Sugar Cube, and Ambrosia. These varieties are known for their sweet, juicy flavor, and they're perfect for a backyard garden. If you're tight on space, Sugar Cube is a great pick because it's a smaller variety, but still packs a punch and sweetness. On the other hand, honeydew melons are a bit more delicate, but they're just as refreshing. Look for varieties like Honey Orange, Green Flesh, and Alaska. Honey Orange is great if you want a little twist. Its flesh is orange, just like cantaloupe, but still has that classic honeydew flavor. Alaska is a hardy option that does well in cooler climates, so if you're gardening in a chillier area, this could be a great choice for you. Now, when you're choosing your variety, think about your space. Some varieties, like Sugar Cube, are perfect for containers or small garden spaces. Others, like Athena, need a bit more room to spread out. So choose wisely, and remember, you can always grow both if you have the space. Alright, now that you've got your melon variety picked out, let's talk about planting them. Okay, so we're ready to plant, but before we get our hands dirty, remember that timing is key. Melons love the sun and heat, so you'll want to wait until the weather is warm and the risk of frost has passed. This typically means planting in late spring or early summer, when the soil temperature is between 70 degrees and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't rush this step. Planting too early could mean your melons don't grow properly. Next, pick a sunny spot for your melons. These guys need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day to thrive, so choose a spot that gets plenty of sun. If you don't have a big garden, no problem. You can grow melons in large containers, raised beds, or even a vertical garden. Just make sure your container is at least 24 inches deep to give the roots plenty of space. Before planting, work in some compost or well-rotted manure into your soil. Melons love nutrient-rich, well-draining soil. If your soil is heavy in clay, mix in some sand to improve drainage. If it's too sandy, add compost to help retain moisture. Now when it's time to plant, dig small holes about 1 inch deep for your seeds. If you're planting seedlings, space them about 18 inches apart to give them room to grow. And if you're planting in rows, leave about 4 feet between each plant to give those vines plenty of space to spread out. After planting, water the seeds or seedlings gently. Keep the soil moist but not soaking wet, as overwatering can lead to problems like root rot. Once your melons are planted, all you need to do is sit back and watch them grow. But don't get too comfortable just yet. There's still a little more care that goes into keeping your melons happy and healthy. Let's talk about that next. Alright, your melons are in the ground, now it's time to take care of them. Melons like to be watered deeply and consistently. Aim to water deeply once a week, but make sure the soil is well draining. You don't want the soil to be too wet because that can lead to root rot or mildew. Water early in the morning or late in the evening to avoid evaporation during the hot parts of the day. Next, let's talk about support. Melon vines like to spread out, and while that's great for their growth, it can take up a lot of space. If you're limited on space, consider using a trellis. Trellises help the vines grow upwards and keep your melons off the ground, which can reduce the risk of pests and fungal diseases. Speaking of pests, melons can attract some unwanted visitors like aphids, cucumber beetles, and squash bugs. Keep an eye out for signs of pests, like holes in the leaves or discolored spots. If you spot pests early, you can often remove them by hand or use an organic insecticidal soap. Okay, now for the best part, harvesting. This is when all your hard work pays off. With cantaloupe, you'll know it's ripe when it smells sweet and the skin turns a golden color. Gently press on the stem end. If it's slightly soft and the melon comes off easily, it's ready to harvest. For honeydew, the skin should turn a pale yellow and it should feel firm but yield slightly under your touch. If the melon is easily detached from the vine, it's time to pick. Don't forget to use a sharp pair of garden shears to cut the stem cleanly, and let your melon sit at room temperature for a few days to fully ripen. After that, pop it in the fridge to keep it fresh until you're ready to enjoy it. And that's it! With a little time, patience, and care, you'll have your very own homegrown cantaloupe and honeydew melons. Whether you're a gardening newbie or a pro, growing melons is super rewarding and can be done just about anywhere, whether in a large garden or a few containers on a balcony. So, are you ready to start growing your own melons? Drop a comment below and let me know what variety you're going to grow. If you loved this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more fun gardening tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening! Visual and upbeat music with a screen displaying social media links and a thank you message.